y'all, this is Laurie with Laurie Resiliently Crafting. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing on this Thankful Thursday? It's Thursday, one more day and it's the weekend. And yes, I am already started because I've got several things that I want to do, and I got to thinking it's going to take a minute to get all this extra stuff that I want to do done. So I better do some prep work. So I started doing it while I was watching Miss Julie, and I said, well, let's just do it. Let's just do it. So anyway, I looked up at the clock and I was like, uh-oh, you're supposed to be on. You're supposed to be on. You better get started. You better get started, or I'll have somebody fussing at me because I wasn't on the time I was supposed to be on, right? So I didn't want to do that. Didn't want to do that. So how y'all doing? Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Bear. How you doing, sweet sister? How you doing? And then I thought about it. I said, uh-oh, I forgot to turn off my, the volume on my laptop, because we don't want to hear extra, do we? We don't want to hear extra. So how y'all doing? Y'all ready for the weekend? Y'all ready for a weekend? Well, it looks like we're going to get a rainy weekend, which is great for us because, you know, we've been in dire straits for some rain for a minute now, so it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Hey, Bridget, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate y'all. I am painting these spindles looking things with some Tuscan red, and my Tuscan red, I guess it's done got old. It's really red, really watery. So I went ahead and added some baby powder to it to give it like a chalk texture to it, to see if it would help thicken it up some. But it's drying, and it's not drying red, it's drying pink. Hey, Sherry, there you are, girl. How you doing? Yes, happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. If by chance you caught this little red button right here, you caught me live. If not, just do hashtag replay, and I'll get back to you as soon as the Book of Faces lets me see you, because they like to play hide and seek with the comments, you know. I finally got, from me going live Tuesday, I finally got my comments this morning. I was like, really? Come on, Book of Faces. And I know it's because they're doing updates and all the things, you know. It sometimes it throws your stuff off, which is okay. Hey, Joy, how you doing? Beautiful. Thank you for being. And Jessica, Party Decor More. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. I went the other day. I was looking for you, and I was like, you know, I haven't seen Jessica in a while. I know she's going live. Well, I pulled it up, and of course, the Book of Faces had turned my notifications off. Why they do that to us is beyond me. It really angers me. It really angers me. Hey, Barbara, how you doing, sweetie? Thank you for sprinkling. Thank you so much. And there's Melanie. Hey, sweetie. How you doing, beautiful? How you doing? So we are going to do, today is Stars and Stripes in the Grace Creations and Inspired by Grace event today. So everybody's doing something patriotic because, you know, this weekend is Memorial Day weekend. So we're getting ready. In fact, I've got to go to the church Saturday and meet up with one of the other ladies to get, so we can do our decorations in the church. So what I've got here, let me show you the picture that I've got. This is, it's called a spindle flag, and I purchased this from Kiss a Frog Crafts with Miss Judy Moody. She did one the other day, and I was like, oh my goodness, I love that. I need to have that. I need that in my life, right? Well, I got to thinking about it. I decided that instead of just doing the red and white as red and white, we are going to do some, hey, Carla, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing? Thank y'all for being here. Let me hit my refresh button on my, and there's Pretty Pieces by Michelle. Hey, beautiful. How you doing, girl? How you doing? So I'm sure, yep, there that is. There that is. Let me pull it up so that I can share it into my group. Hey, Marsha Jean, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing? Thank you so much for being here. And thank all you wonderful people that take care of this group. I appreciate y'all having me. It's pretty hard to get in on this group sometimes because the lineup gets full quick. I've noticed that. So if you're not on your toes when the polls go up, you better be ready. I didn't even know if Memorial Day week. Oh no, Tammy, yes it is. In fact, one of the ladies said, "Is it this weekend?" So, last night at choir practice, I was like, yeah, it's this weekend. If you wonder why everything's closed on Monday, that's why. That's why. But yeah. So anyway, okay. My little comments aren't coming up on my laptop, but that's okay. You love my hair? Well, thank you, Marsha. I'm loving it too, especially in this hot weather. Hey, Julie, I love your flowers. That was very, very pretty. I wish I was as confident in stenciling as y'all are, because I'm not. I'm not. Let me go ahead and get me shared into my groups real quick, and then we'll get started. Hey, Tina, T&D Creations. How you doing, sister? How you doing? I bet the Book of Faces has turned my notifications on you off too, because they have turned several of them off. Hey Trudy, how you doing, sweetie? How you doing? Thank you for sprinkling, Carla. Thank you so much, girl. I appreciate you so much. I do. So we're just sharing me into my groups. I will do the sharing for the other groups at another time when the live is over, but it'll be okay. But I share mine into my groups. That way I know that they've gotten in there, and I don't have to, if I don't get right on it right after the live, then, you know, they're already in there. Okay, so I went ahead and took the surface that the flag is going to be on, and I stained it, with burnt umber, with a little bit of water. And the reason why I do that is y'all know that glue and wax don't like each other. They just don't. So I went ahead and stained it with the burnt umber so that we didn't have any issues with the wax and the glue not wanting to adhere. So that's going to be our surface. And we got all these little spindles to paint up. So let's get to painting. And then we'll put it together. But what I wanted to do is I went ahead and took the ones that are marked that are white. And I marked all of them. The ones that need to be white, the ones that need to be red, or I'd be done messed up and painted one white and it was supposed to be red, or vice versa. So I just marked them, right? I just wrote them on the back in pencil. Hey, Elena, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. I appreciate y'all being here so very much. I do. Okay, and we have still got, after me is Lindell's Craft Escape. And then at 6 is Marsha's Crafty Creations. At 7 is White's Creative Designs with Karen. At 8 is Clifton's Crafty Casa with Janine. And at 9 is Patricia's Craft Studio. And closing us out is Crafty Fox Creations by Tamara. Tamara, depends on where you're from on how you say it. Yeah, you thought today was Wednesday? Hey, my beautiful Georgia sister. Hey, girl. Hey, how you doing, girl? How you doing? Hey, Debbie Green. How you doing, beautiful? Thank you for being here. Okay, so I went ahead, like I said, I painted these. They're not white. I painted them with the Dixie Belle drop cloth. Y'all know that's my neutral favorite. So I painted those. He's one of my emergency contacts, so it even comes through even if I have my do not disturb on. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. He needs to look at the clock, though, don't he? He knows I was going live at 4. But anyways, what I want to do is, since I painted these with the drop cloth and I painted these with the Tuscan red, I am going to take some of the Behr clear wax, and we are going to wax these, and then we're going to paint them over with a brighter red, which I didn't grab, but it's okay, it's not far. And then we're going to paint the white ones white. So I'm just going to use some of this clear wax, and it's by Behr, because I have found that I've used the candle and I've used several other things, but I have found that when you want the chippy, the wax. Hey, Mel, how you doing, beautiful? Happy Thursday. I have found that the clear wax gives me, this is my personal preference, but it gives me the best results that I like. So I am going to take the wax and I'm going to go over these spindles with the wax so that I get a chippy effect when I put the different red on it. You following me? Y'all catching what I'm throwing? Because we're going to have chippy. Like, our flag is old, and to me, I like my flag on my shirt. It's real distressed. Because our country has been through a lot. Our country has been through a lot. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, girl. So I like to look at the flag as distressed. In fact, when we were going through the COVID, my husband and I, we have an American flag up and a Christian flag up. And I told him one day, we were out there in the yard, and I said, look at those flags. Look how rough shape they're in. And the American flag was in worse shape than the Christian flag. And he smiled. And I said, what are you smiling about? He said, look at that. He said, the American flag is going through such distress right now. It even shows in our flag that's flying. Because it was, the wind beat it up. Had been out there a couple months, and, it started looking pretty ratty. And I was like, well, that's the kind of shape that our country's in right now, right? And he's like, yeah. And the Christian flag wasn't near as beat up as the American flag. I was like, well, that just means there that Christians are going to stand strong, right? You love the spindles? Yeah, I seen this. Miss Judy Moody did it the other day, a week or so ago on her live, and she cut it. So if y'all are interested in getting this kit, you just message Kiss for Frog Crafts with Miss Judy Moody, and she will get you lined up, set up, and get you one. Get you one. But I seen it, and I was like, uh-oh, I'm getting red on there. We don't want red on there. Let me clean this brush where I got the red came off in the wax. And I don't want it on my white spindles. I don't want no red on my white spindles. Get that out of there. Get that out of there. Get it off. Get it off. Hey, Linda Peppers. How you doing, beautiful? Are you feeling better, girlfriend? I've been put you in my prayers. I have. I heard somebody say the other day that you was not feeling good and that we need to continue prayers for you. So I went ahead and put you in the prayer box, girl, and on my prayer list. Okay, so we've got the red ones done. Now, because I put the wax on, they're the true Tuscan red color. But when they dried, they look more pinkish. I didn't really care for that, but that's, it is what it is. So I am putting the wax on all these little spindles, and we're going to chippy them up before we put them on our board. So that's why I'm putting the wax on them. Anybody got any big plans for this Memorial Day weekend? We do not. We do not. We just be a normal weekend for us. Now we are having special service today, Sunday at church. For those that, in remembrance of the people that we've lost fighting for our country, right? Hey Sheila, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing? Lindell, did I say hey, girl? Did I say hey? When I was pulling out my paints, and I was like, well, do I want to do a bright red or do I want to do a darker red? Well, the color paint that I pulled out was lipstick red, and I immediately thought of you, Lindell. Immediately thought of you. I wonder why. We spread the lipstick, don't we, girl? Hey, Shara King. How you doing, beautiful? How you doing, sister? Appreciate y'all being here. What y'all's weather like at your house today? It is 93 degrees here in South Georgia today, and very, 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 very humid. Like I said, we're expecting rain. It's supposed to start raining tonight and rain right on through until next Wednesday. Next Wednesday. So we got, ooh, I touched that hot glue tip. Ooh, that was warm. That was warm. Well, it was hot glue, right? It's hot. That's why it's called hot glue. Goodness gracious. Okay, let me put that over there. Let me get rid of this before I make a huge mess with that. Now, I am going to use, on the red, we're going to use Dixie Belle's Barn Red. Dixie Belle's Barn Red. And I might need to get me a couple more. Hold the phone. Let me grab a couple more little dewjobbers here. I thought I had enough out, but I guess I didn't. Let me grab. a couple more little sponges. One thing about kits, because they have the dark edges, I like to paint them with a sponge, so I don't make such a mess. So I don't make a mess. Hey Joyce, how you doing, beautiful? And Jessica, hey. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and paint over these. The original paint that I painted on them was Tuscan Red. So now we're gonna paint it with Barn Red by Dixie Belle. Let me get some more paint on here. Get some more paint on here, and then we're gonna dab it off in our lid so we don't have any extra boogers. We don't want any extra boogers. So that's see the color underneath it, and then that's the color we're gonna put on top of it. So when we do the chip effect to it, it's gonna shine that other color, which to me is more the color of blood than this bright red. You know, and there's been a lot of blood that's been shed for our country. Hey, Karen Justice, how you doing, beautiful? Thank you, Joyce. Thank you. I appreciate you, girl. I do. I appreciate you, everybody. I appreciate you. And if you are new and you like what you see, touch my nose and touch the buttons. The buttons give you the option to like, follow, and turn on your notification. You can also do ! notify. And since the Book of Faces has just recently done another update, and if by chance you're not seeing your favorite crafters, you might want to go back and check to make sure that they didn't unfollow you, because there's something in their system that says if you haven't watched that person in the last 24 hours that they unfollow it, which I don't get. I mean, you pick that person to follow, then you know it needs to be there. But what do I know? I'm just a flunky, you know. I'm nobody, and they make their choices, and I'm sure it clears up space on their platform. That's probably another reason why they do all that. Yeah, you called me at 4:07, and awesome sauce, thank you. I went live at 4 o'clock. I was like, he knew I was going live at 4 o'clock. I had gotten one of those, I don't know if y'all have seen them or not, but the Temu had, after I had my surgery and I was as sick as I was and in the bed for 2 days, I decided to buy, you know, those little bed tables that like they use at the hospital. The bottom part goes up underneath the bed and the table comes across the bed. Well, I decided to get one of those, and I said, well, if I don't use it in the bedroom, I can always use it out here, right, for an extra table to put things on. There you go. Somebody's using that Notify, and it will turn your notifications on. And usually when you do that, when they do an update, it won't shut your stuff off. That's just, I don't know. It's just weird how that works, but it's just something that they, and like I said, it probably frees up space on their end, so that's probably why they do it. You know, even though that's who we put on our favorites list, you know, or we wouldn't be following them, right? Somebody's been watching me for 767 days. Awesome sauce. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. I do. I love y'all. I do. And I don't just say that just to say it. I truly love each and every one of y'all. Even on days that I don't come live, my face is all up in the Facebook, watching all the crafters, being inspired. I may not get to watch all of your video, but I'll watch a lot of it. If I'm not watching it, I'm listening to it. My husband says, is that all you ever watch? I'm like, yeah. Now, the only time that I don't watch creatives is when I go and get in the bed. I like to play Mahjong. I like to play me some Mahjong. And it states that it helps you sleep better, which it didn't do nothing for me last night. I don't know why, but my brain would not shut off last night. Would not shut off. I finally shut everything down and laid down in the bed at quarter till 12 and laid there and tossed and turned and tossed and turned and tried to go to sleep. So I got up to go use the potty, and I looked at the clock, and it was 10 minutes after 1, and I still hadn't gone to sleep yet. I was like, what in the world is wrong with me? But I kept thinking about all different things. I got my results back from my colonoscopy that I had done on the 7th. It's good news and not so good news. They got all the polyps they could, and there was several of them. And he said, and there was no cancer in any of them, praise God. But the polyps that he did get are the type of polyps that will turn into cancer. Now, the bad news is that I had one that was, or have one that is very, very large, and he was unable to get it. So he is lining up for me to have surgery again so that they can get that very large polyp that he was unable to get. And I'm assuming that when I have the surgery with this other surgeon, they're going to probably do it laparoscopic so that, because you know, colonoscopy, they go through your colon, and he probably couldn't pull it back through because it was that big. So they're probably going to do it laparoscopic, which that's what I'm hoping for. You have a new coffee house here teaching Mahjong. I love Mahjong. It's just matching the blocks. That's all it is. That's all it is, matching the blocks. You know. And I play Mahjong at night. And unless there's an event going on that I'm participating in, then I will go jumping in and out and see, you know, see my creatives and share them out and all the things. But 90% of the time, when I get in the bed, it's time to unwind. And last night, I just could not get what they had told me out of my head. I mean, I was praying, thanking the Lord that there was no cancer, but he wants me to have this second surgery within the next 6 months because he said he doesn't want to give it any extra time to metastasize into a cancer. I'm like, oh Lord. So, you know, but like I said, the good thing is the ones that he did pull did not have any cancer in it. So, no, like I said, we had good news and not so good news, but the good news is it didn't have any cancer in it. Okay, so we got these. Let me dry these real quick. Let me dry these, and then we'll set them aside and do the others, and then we will go to doing the chippy on them. Do the chippy on them. Oh, well, I don't play it against others. I just play. I just play. And it most of the time it shuts everything else off in my mind, but last night it didn't. That, and if I wasn't thinking about what the doctor had said, you know, we lost my male dog last week, and for some reason I couldn't get his face out of my mind either. So I don't know, Satan was just working on me last night, didn't want me to go to sleep. So I got up at, like I said, 1:15, and I ended up taking me some melatonin. But I still, when I did go to sleep, I still didn't go to sleep soundly, because every time my dog moved, I felt her. Every time when my husband's alarm clock went off and all those things, I heard that, and I don't usually hear all that. Hey Raven, how you doing, sweetie? Is Boo Koodles the rules? Oh my goodness. Well, I play the one that's online. I don't play the actual physical game. Okay, so now we're going to take these ones here that I painted in drop cloth, and we're going to paint these with some acrylic apple barrel. It's called Misty White, which it's white. But it's called Misty White. It's not a bright white, but it's white. It's still white, right? So we're going to use that. Hey Arlene, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. And I appreciate the prayers, y'all. I really and truly do. And I don't know why it's been bothering me. because I know God's got me. You know, I know God's got me. And it's just Satan, because, you know, he likes to run with things like that. When we get bad news, he likes to run with it, you know? Like, I got her now. She's going to worry about this and going to worry about that and all the things, you know. He just, the devil being the devil. The devil being the devil. That's what he is. He's the devil. He, you know, he likes to put doubt in our minds and all the things, especially when we got something that's, you know, could be very dangerous. But I am a firm believer that as long as I continue doing my colonoscopies like I'm supposed to, and, you know, and make sure everything's checked out, that I will be fine. I will be fine. It's just the thought of another surgery, because I don't know if you have heard or not, but I have very bad reaction to any type of anesthesia. And I told the anesthesiologist this go around that I had a bad reaction to any type of anesthesia, and he proceeded to tell me that this was a different kind of anesthesia, this was new, and it's out of your system in 8 to 10 minutes, and yada yada yada. Well, not me. My body didn't like it, and when I came to in recovery, I came to vomiting, and then I couldn't eat or nothing for 2 days. After I had already been 1 day without food for a colonoscopy. You know, they do the cleansing thing. And I was not a happy camper. So I told the doctor when he said that we're gonna have to have another surgery. I said, well, this anesthesiologist is gonna listen to me. And when I go in for pre-op, y'all are gonna give me the nausea patch then, and not wait till the day of to give me the nausea patch. You're gonna give it to me in pre-op, so that I don't have to go through this again. I mean, having surgery is bad enough, but when you have surgery and you end up vomiting for days on end because your system doesn't agree with the anesthesia, you know, it just makes it. And I think that's probably what was bothering me more than anything, is the fact of, you know, as miserable as I was, and now I got to go do it all again, right? But hopefully this anesthesiologist, because it's going to be a totally different doctor. He said he was going to send me to a specialist, an oncologist specialist. Because the doctor that I went to, he's just, that's what he does, is just colonoscopies. That's all that he does. And he didn't have the right equipment and all the stuff to go further with what I needed done in the time frame that it needed to be done. So that's why I'm having to have surgery again. Hey, Loris, how you doing, beautiful? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I do. Well, you might need to unfollow and then refollow, Loris, because sometimes there's a glitch in the system, and you'll have to, because I've had to do that myself. I go and look and check somebody, and I'm never getting any notifications on nobody, but when I go and look, it says that I'm following. So what I'll do usually is, when that happens, is I will unfollow, wait about 5 minutes, and then go back in and refollow and turn on notifications all over again. It resets everything. It's strange. It's strange the way that works. But try that, Laura. See if that works. Maybe that will reset everything so that you can catch me when I do go live. Hey, little me, Gifts and Specialties. Hey, sweet Lisa. How you doing, girl? You at work, or are you off today? Or you've already put in your time? Which one? It's okay, Lars. I just appreciate the prayers. There's power in prayers, and God's got me, and I know that. So I'm trying not to worry about it, but you know, we are still human, even if we are children of God. We are still human. And our human side wants to fight with us. And the devil loves it, but we don't. Okay, we're just finishing up these white ones here. If I can get this one to stay still long enough so I can get it down there. Get it down there. I'm just going back over it, make sure that I didn't miss any. All right, Loris. All right. How you doing, Tammy? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? You doing anything fun this weekend? Got a big cookout planned or anything like that? We do not. Now my son may end up at my son and daughter-in-law and the grandbabies, they may all come over and us grill out, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I know he's getting ready. Next month he's planning on going on vacation, and I think he's wanting to get a cabin up there in North Carolina, and then while he's up there in North Carolina, because it's not far from my sister where my mama lives, that way he can go up and see his grandmother and his aunt and everybody while he's on vacation, and not have to try to put another 5 people in a house that's already got 10 people that live there, plus several pets. So that's what his plans are. So I don't know if he's doing anything for this weekend or not, because he's planning on going on vacation, which would be great, which would be wonderful, and I'm happy for him. Going home now to get packed for Ollie's event. Yeah, I was gonna go, and then with everything that come up with my dad passing away, and then my husband was out of town that same week that I needed to go up there, and I couldn't go up there, and I just ended up saying, you know what, I just don't need to go nowhere. The only place I need to go is Loris, I had a colonoscopy, my colonoscopy, you know, you're supposed to start that when you've turned 50. Well, I had my first one when I was 52. Well, I'm 62 this year, so he said wait 10 years, so I had my second colonoscopy. And when I went in to have my colonoscopy, I had several polyps. There was a bunch of small ones and some medium-sized ones, but there was one that was very large that he could not pull back through my intestines. So he left it there, and he said he tattooed it, whatever that means. And I'm going to have to go to a gastroenterologist, oncologist, and they are going to have to remove that very large polyp that he could not get. Because like I said, what I'm thinking is because it was so large that he could not pull it back through my intestines with the equipment that he had. So I have to go to a specialist to have that done. Getting ready to go pack to go to Ollie's event. I really wish I had kept everything. I had already reserved my room and all the things, but like I said, other things took precedence, so I ended up having to go that route. And now, why did I leave those on there? Why did I leave those on there? Get off of there. Uh-oh. I done glued this one to the paper towel. Done glued it to the paper towel. Now, let's flip it over. Now, let's do our blue ones. Let's do... That's a white one. How'd you get in there? How'd you get in there? That's a B, that's a B, that's a B, that's a B, and that's a B. And I'm just using Folk Art matte in navy blue. Navy blue. Navy blue. I haven't even opened it yet. Still got the thingies on it. I know that's a no-no. Don't use your teeth. Don't use your teeth, but sometimes it's the only thing that works. I know. Somebody's gonna get me. Somebody's gonna get me for doing it. I know. We're gonna use the navy blue. Come on. There we go. That'll be plenty. I'm gonna get these ones painted up. Well, Scooby-Doo. Can't get the paint on it. There we go. We got it now. We got it. Okay, we're going to paint these real quick. And then we're going to start. Then we're going to chippy up the other ones. And then we're going to put it all together. And we're going to make us a pretty bow. And hopefully we'll have enough time. Maybe we will. Because we still got time. If I don't mess up and not do what I'm supposed to do, right? And I'm just doing the ends right now so I can have my fingers hold it down. And then once this side dries, then I go back and do the other side. That's just how I do it. That's just how I do it. Yeah, I wish I could have been there, but, you know, sometimes life gets in the way of our fun stuff. But I will keep y'all in my prayers for safe travels for everyone, because I want everybody to get there safely. I want y'all to have a great time, because I know I would if I was there. I do. And I've been to Gatlinburg several times. I used to go with the other church that my husband was pastoring at, and we'd go to the women's conference in Gatlinburg. They have it once a year. It's usually the end of September. Let me grab a drink. I'm a little on the parched side. Let me grab a drink. Knock that one out. I usually don't drink sodas. I usually drink just the flavor packets, the Starburst All Pink, and that's my go-to. But I was at, hey Sue, how you doing, beautiful? I ran into the Dollar General and I was so thirsty. And my favorite soda here lately is just plain old cream soda. I loved it when I was a kid. Well, I had forgotten that how much I liked it. And I gotten some a couple months ago. Well, now when I go for a soda, that's what I go for. I don't know why. You know, you get tired of drinking the same thing all the time. So I switched it up. So a while ago when I was in the Dollar General, I was looking for some navy blue flowers, because if I finish this, I've got something else lined up. Y'all can see the mess down there. I got all the flowers and an arrangement that I'm going to do for the church. And I said, well, I can, if I get done early, then I can go ahead and we can work on that, right? I could work on that. And if not, I'm going to work on it anyway. Because it's going to go to the church. Because I was like, I ain't believing as many flowers as y'all have up there in the storage room, that y'all don't have nothing patriotic. What was you thinking? She's like, I don't know. She said, well, that's just one more that you can do for the church. You really need the time off? I hear you, girl. I hear you. Get some rest and relaxation and have a good time and fellowship and all the things. All the things. Yes, and those events are very fun. Very fun. The only thing is when I get home from something like that, I need another day just to rest from all the fun I had. You know, it's like, ooh, yeah, it was a good time, but man, I'm tired. Yeah, we all need a little getaway every now and then. It's good for the soul. Good for the soul. Revives us and regenerates. I didn't even realize it was Memorial Day weekend, sister. I needed uplifting prayers. I'm really struggling. I got you, Tammy. I got you. Let me write it down real quick. Got you here. I got you, girl. Oh. I got you. I got you. I got you. You will go in the prayer box too. You will go in the prayer box too. Okay. All right. Those are all dry. let me get these little daubers. Let me put them in the water so they can start getting to what they're supposed to be. And let's get this stuff out of the way. Get those out of the way. So now I am going to take my, it's got where I put that foam, floral foam in that pot. It's got all those shavings all over the handle. Ooh, yuck. Okay, so like I said, I went ahead and put the wax on top of this, and we are going to take our scraper here, and I'm just very lightly going over this. And it's going to give it a little bit of a chip effect, and some distressed look. And I'm barely putting any pressure on it. Barely putting any pressure on it. Can y'all see that? You see the difference in it? And that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. So that's what we're doing with this. Yes, praying for Tammy. Sister, praying for you, girl. There's power in prayer for sure, for sure. And you are in the group that has got a bunch of prayer warriors, and I love it. 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 I said, yep, God put me in this group for a reason. He did. He did. He did. He did. He knows what I needed. He knows what I needed. This one, some of them are chipping up a little bit more than the others, but that's okay. That's okay. I like the chippy. I like the chippy. Look at that one. Look at that one. And it's just a very faint hint of difference because the color up underneath it is like a very light beige color. It's called Drop Cloth by Dixie Belle. It's one of my go-tos. I use it quite frequently, but I really like it. And I didn't want to go drastic up underneath it like a brown or anything like that because I still wanted it to represent the white in the flag. So that's why I chose to go the route I went. Okay. Yeah. And I'll probably still put some wax on the edges. And I really need to get that. Hey, baby, I'm live.
Okay. Go for it.
You home early? You home earlier than usual, but that's okay. You don't usually get home till almost 6 o'clock. I thought it was my grandson again. You still love my hair? Awesome. Thank you, girl. Thank you. I'm really liking it too. And it's so easy to take care of. So easy to take care of. Okay. Let me get the crumbs out of there. Now let's do the red one. There we go. What y'all having for supper tonight? What y'all having for supper? Oh no, Arlene, I'll be praying for you, girl. We write you down too. Arlene Leader. Got you, girl. Got you too. Got you too. Hey, Nara, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing? Yes, so many prayers. So many prayers. Praying for all y'all that need prayer. God knows exactly what you need. He sure does. We just got to trust in Him and believe that He's going to take care of it. He's going to take care of it. He always does. He knows just what we need and when we need it, doesn't He? Just what we need and when we need it. And sometimes, unfortunately, we have to go through these trials to trust in Him even more. You know, sometimes our trials are for us to lean on Him even more, because that's what He wants from us. He wants us to rely on Him for everything, not just for when you're having a bad time, but for all things. You know, He wants us to really rely on Him and turn to Him, seek Him in everything that you do. And for us humans, that's sometimes very difficult to do, because we want to fix it ourselves. We want to fix it ourselves, you know. But that's not what He wants. That's not what He wants. Okay. So that's what the red's turning out like. You see the difference in it? We got 2 more. And like I said, I am not putting much pressure on this at all. With that wax, that clear wax up underneath it, it just comes off so easy. Comes off so easy. There's no major sanding or nothing like that. It just, like I said, I'm just barely wiping it over there and it's coming right on off. Now I will seal these up real good so that it will stop chipping. We don't want it to keep chipping even after we get it all done, right? Yep. It's not taking much at all to even get the chipping. Okay. Alright, we're done with all that. So let's get this in the garbage before we make a major mess. Before we make a major mess. What was that? Oh, my daughters. My towel's running away with me. No, the chair's running away with the towel. There we go. Come back here. Come back here. Alright, so let's go ahead and start putting this together. Alright, so we are going to put this on here like so, and I am going to use Titebond Quick and Thick and a little bit of Stick Fast, if it'll come out. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. So let's put some Titebond on here. I'm going to use Titebond. Well, they just want to be on the floor. They just want to be on the floor. What's up with that? Get up there and stay up there. Oh my goodness, the lid don't even want to come off. The lid don't even want to come off. I got to get me a new bottle. My grandson decided to start using this for something he was doing, and I don't think he ever put the lid back on it, and it's just gotten so hard to use. And it's gotten really thick. But it still works if you want to fight with it. It still works. Okay, so now we'll put that one down, corner to corner, just like so. Butt it up against the edge and push her down. Push her down, push her down. Amen, Sherry, amen. God's got her. God's got her, for sure, for sure. Okay, now let's do the same thing with this. Come on. Ugh. I don't even remember what he was using this stick fast for, but it's gotten really, really thick, which is good because then it don't run out so fast that you make a major mess with it, but it makes it hard for it to come out. It does. It makes it hard for it to come out. Okay, we're going to put that one right there on the edge, to the edge up there. Oh, get back over there. Get back over there. Where do you think you're going? Where do you think you're going? Oh, I got glue all on my fingers. We got 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes. Okay, now let's get this side. Hopefully we'll get all this done. And then I've got, if I don't get it all done, I will make sure that I post pictures. They will be in the Grace Creations group as well as on my page. And like I said, if you would like this kit, it is a kit made by Judy Moody from Kiss a Frog Craft with Judy. And you can just message her through her Facebook page, and she will get you set up. And it wasn't expensive at all. I was surprised when she told me how much it was. It was not expensive, but I love it. I did a similar one a couple years ago with the Christmas tree spindle, and I liked it too. But I love the faux spindles, the look of it, because I love spindles anyway. And this one is not wanting to jive either. So let's get this in here. Get back up there. Push her down. Uh-oh. I'm a little glue crazy right there. Alright, got one more end. One more end. And we'll have it all, the frame all on, and then we can start putting the fun stuff together. And I think on the inside pieces, I'm just going to use the Titebond. But I wanted the stick fast on the outside edges so that it would go ahead and adhere and not move while I'm trying to put the other pieces in the middle. You follow me? That's why I'm using the stick fast on this part. I think it's about, no, there it comes. There it comes. Okay. This last piece on here is our frame. There we go. And that stick fast sticks fast. Hence the name, right? Hence the name. Like I said, my grandson got a hold to it and decided that he needed to use it. Okay, let's go ahead. What in the world did I get on there? Looks like glue. Alright, so we're going to put our pieces in here. Let's see. We got red. Like that. White. Get all the crummies off of there. And another blue. Come on now, get in there. Slide them up, butt them up, butt them up. And another blue. So even if I don't get it glued down, you'll know what it's going to look like. red. Get off of there. Another red, another white. And it's, oops, we got one more. Goes this way, goes this way. Red. And we got white. Like I said, I will still be putting some wax on these, so it'll age it up even more. We'll age it up even more. And they're in there pretty tight. They're in there pretty tight. So I'm not hoping that I'll be able to show you what it's going to look like even before. Come on now, get in there. There we go. Okay, so that's what the flag looks like. Can y'all see the variation in the white and in the red where I did the chippy on it? Thank you, thank you. And then I've got the stars in the 1776 that's going to go in the middle on the blue. So now we got to glue all this down. Now I got to glue it all down. And we got 4 minutes. So again, up after me is Lindale's Craft Escape. So y'all make sure that if you're not in the group, the link to join the group is in the description of this video, and you can just go over there and just hit that little join button, and then you'll be able to watch everybody every time they have an event, and you will be able to catch everybody, and you won't have to play craft and hide and go seek to catch everybody, to find out where they're at and all the things. They'll be already there. They'll already be there waiting on you. Thank you so much for having me, Sherry, and all you other wonderful moderators that helped Miss Sherry out with this group. I love this group. It's fantastic. I love the base of this group, and how it's all good to be talk about your Jesus. You know, and when I first started crafting, and I let people know that I was a Christian and that I love to talk about my Jesus because he saved my life and the things that he's done for me. And the first thing that come at me was, you don't need to talk about that on your live. You're going to lose people. I'm like, well, if I lose people because I'm talking about my Jesus, maybe this isn't the page for them. You know, but here, it's encouraged because we all Christians and we all love the Lord, and, you know, it's okay to talk about Jesus. You know, and it broke my heart when that person came at me and told me that. I was like, really? Why would you say that? I said, you know, and if people don't want to hear it, they can scroll on. They don't have to be here, because that's between them and God. You know, I just pray for those people because, you know, I don't want to see anybody go to hell. I don't. And what gets me is these people that think it's okay to go to hell, they haven't grasped the fact that eternity is forever. They haven't grasped that fact, you know, and it's really, really sad. It's really, really sad. So let me show y'all some love here since I get this one on. And like I said, I will put pictures in the group as soon as I'm done, as well as on my page when I'm finished with this, so that y'all can see the finished product. And again, if you're interested in purchasing this, you can get it from Kiss Frog Crafts is with Miss Judy Moody, and she will get you set up if you're interested in this. She cuts it herself. She's got one of those little laser cutters, when I seen it, I fell in love with it. I was like, I love spindles anyway. I love them. Yes, God is great all the time. Even when we're going through bad times, God is still great. He is. He is. It's all in His plan, and He's got a reason for it. He's got a reason for it, and we don't question it or have to understand it. We just have to trust and believe, right? Trust and believe. He's going to take care of it. He always does. I've never gone hungry. Never gone hungry. I've never done without, because my Lord takes care of me. He does, He does. I want to show y'all some love because I love each and every one of y'all, and I thank y'all for being here and supporting me as well as the group. I love y'all. Y'all have a wonderful afternoon, and go show Linda all the same love that you showed me. I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. Take care of yourself and stay strong. And remember, Jesus loves you. I love y'all. Bye for now.